up my little witcheroos. I haven't done Namerology in a long time, but here we are. I'm going to do it this evening. My bun is doing this falling over thing. Like, we're just going to let it. It's going to do whatever it's going to do. I already have a few people on my list, just so you guys know. Hang on, TikTok, I got to fix you over here. I always keep turning this up down. I got to fix you over here. But I already have a few people on my list. You do still have time to get tickets. If you don't know what Namerology is, it's just a little play on words that I came up with for this. But this is, if you want to know your actual life path number. I'm not saying your birthday won't give it to you, but your name does have a number as well. The name you go by, all of that has a number as well. So by looking at your birthday and by looking at your name, I can tell you what your actual life path number is, so you know exactly, like, are you fighting with yourself? Are you in tune? Etc. So that's what I'm going to do. So you guys get to watch me do that. I haven't done it in a while, and I'm kind of excited. Heading out tomorrow for West Virginia. Really excited about that. Really excited about that. I'm going to take this ring off, though. I guess in loading the car today, I guess that I cut my fingers here and there. Not enough to bleed, but just enough to know that I cut it. Just enough to know that I cut them. So, all right. Stephanie Graham, you're first. For those of you guys watching on TikTok, this is recorded for you on YouTube. So if you miss yours, you fall asleep, whatever, I got you. And I do just want to make a little announcement thing real quick. So this has been a thing for a little while now, and it seems to be ramping up a little bit. If I do work for you, if I do a read for you, it will always be on YouTube. And if it's not always on YouTube, you're getting an email from me or the girls or whatever. If you get your work, if you get your read, if you get those things, and then you decide that you want to file a dispute after you have gotten that work, please note that I don't throw shit away. I will 100% undo a working I have done for you. 100%. I'm just saying. If you get a reading from me, I give you a reading. It's on YouTube. You can go watch it at any time. And you file a dispute, just know, or if I do working for you and you file a dispute after you've gotten your working, the results, just know that you will be blacklisted from my site. You will be blacklisted from my site. I will never, ever read for you, do work for you again. It's different if you didn't get it, which is very, very rare. I've actually got a couple people right now that I am fighting their disputes because they said they didn't get it when they actually got it on a live and it's recorded. So yeah, I am so sick of that. And I'm watching it happen to other creators too. I'm not a bank and I don't do work for free. So I'm just saying what I'm saying. The last person in the world that I would ever want to fuck over in that way would be somebody who is a practitioner of any faith, to be honest, even a Christian. So, just going to leave that right there. But Miss Stephanie Graham is first. I don't need your birthday. Well, I don't need your birth time. I don't need any of that. I will not be releasing any information at all. I will call you by the first name that you put on there, but I do need your birth name to be able to do your birth chart. I won't release it. I won't say your birth name. I'll just call you by your first name that you do the ticket under. The reason I need to know that is because that is what governs your path, okay? Now, if you are considering changing your name, because let's talk about that. If you're considering changing your name, I'm happy to do one for you too. So when you put your name in, where it says full legal name, at the end, just put changing my name to this, and you want to know what it is, because that can help you govern if that's a good name for you. So let's say, like, birthday wise, your life path is an 8. And you want to make sure you have something that either works good with that or is the same as that, right? And let's say that your name that you want to choose is a 1. That may not work out very well because 8s don't usually like to be in the leadership role. They don't usually like to, they're more mystical beings, you know, like they really don't usually like to do that. So just saying, it can help you tremendously. All right, so Stephanie is first. Shoot, I forgot to pull up my other thing. Hold, please. I fucking hate that bullshit. I hate that bullshit. And it's been a day, so y'all get me in my glasses. Y'all get me in my glasses today. It does take me a little bit to do each one, because of all the letters. So how was your day? Did you have a good day? I had a crazy busy day, and it's just been, I'm not complaining because it was a good day. It was just a lot. You know what I mean? Stephanie, you gotta have like every single letter in your all the letters. Stephanie has all of them. Okay, not Z, but she has all of the letters. And we're gonna cheat and use a calculator because we are. So your first name is a 7. Your middle name is a 1. I do want to say, I see people sometimes say, oh, my life path number is an 11. That's not a thing. So if someone has told you that you have a double-digit life path number, that's not a thing. Shoot. I just jacked that up. So we're going to start over. You have to go down until you have 1 digit. And your last name is a 3. So 7, 11. So your name is a 2. And your birthday is a 4. All right. So I'm going to read you what the 2 and what the 4 is, and then we're going to talk about how those work together and how they don't work together. Okay. So you did your best, but people got in the way. I understand. Real quick, sorry, Steph, I'm going to interrupt my own self. So I had to go get my tag renewed before I leave town tomorrow, right? And I had to, well, I didn't have to, but while I was there, I got another Pike Pass sticker for my daughter's car. And the girl at the tag agency called Pike Pass. They opened my account, told her, whatever she needed to know or whatever. Well, the girl on the phone, she was like, oh, I got you. She'll have it ready for you, you know, like whatever you need. And I said, oh my God, I love you. You're my hero today. And she kind of paused. She started laughing. She was like, I love you too. Thank you. That's the nicest thing anybody said to me. I say that to people all the time on the phone because, okay, not every time, but all the time. Y'all, if you have ever worked in customer service and you have been on the phone, you know that you run the gamut between the nicest people ever and the shittiest shit dregs of humanity. So when I'm on the phone with somebody, I try to be as nice as possible because I know that the vast majority of people are not nice to them. And you will be surprised how people treat you when you say stuff like, I would love you forever, or if you could help me with this, you'd be my hero, like things like that. I'm just saying, because just gonna leave that little tidbit right there. All right, Steph. So my nose is itching, somebody's talking about me. Okay, so your two work really well together. 2 is like the peacemaker. So you're all about balance. You're all about diplomacy. You're all about making sure that everything is in harmony. You're also like really, really nurturing. You want everybody to be happy. This is what your name is, okay? You want everybody to be happy. You're also like a natural mediator, which can mean you get taken advantage of. You want people that are going to cooperate with you and help you build something correctly, right? And what I love about that is that number 4 is the builder. Like you are very practical, you're very stable, you like hard work. You need order, you need, I need a list of things to do. You need responsibility. You are happy when you have a lot of things to do, which helps you tremendously with that peacemaker aspect. I was eating some popcorn and I got salt in my lipstick and it's driving me up the wall now. But you have a problem when you come up against somebody that is like really a 5, a 1. Anybody that's going to be very, very strong-headed. Does that make sense? Anybody that is going to be in opposition of stability. I think your birthday and your name go together fantastically. I do. I think they go together fantastically. And together they equal a 6, which you can't make this up. Okay? 4 and 2 equals 6. 6 is the caregiver, which literally encompasses both the 2 and the 4. So love and family and humanitarianism, words are not my friend, humanitarianism. The only problem with all 3 of these is that you tend to put others above yourself. I love that 6 is your favorite number. So this is going to drive me up the wall. To be honest, I think that everything you have is in balance. Your name, your birthday, and then those 2 together, they balance each other out very, very well. I like that they're also all even numbers. As long as you have people to care for, as long as you have a list of things that you need to take care of, and as long as you have responsibilities. I mean, I hate to say it that way. What's up, Miss Joy? How are you feeling today? As long as you have responsibilities and things that you're working toward goals, you're a happy camper. But your parents did a good job. Your parents did a good job naming you. It works perfectly with your birthday. So your name is a 2, birthday is a 4, and overall you're a 6. Okay? Oh, I'm so sorry, Joy. I'm so sorry. I've had a weird headache off and on today, and it's 80 and gorgeous here. I don't know. This pressure up and down like this is utter bullshit. like 100% bullshit. And I know it's not just like here where I'm at. Lesa G is next. I hope you guys fully appreciate this because I hate math. I really hate math so much. Hate it a lot. I will look in just a second. And see, and I will read the list of who all I've got on there so far. Aw, hey, Donna. I'm much better. I did find out that, so this sucks. I guess when I had that flare up with the jaw thing, the TMJ, what made it worse is that I guess I'm grinding my teeth in my sleep now. Especially if I have a headache or something. Ooh, whoever is talking about me, stop it. My nose is itching like crazy shit because I cracked a tooth. So when I get back from this trip, I have to have that fixed. I'm not excited about it. Because it's never been a thing before. I have never ground my teeth before. And I'm not happy about it. It is what it is. But I do have some hope because Christine, my wonderful mod Christine, told me that when she got her teeth fixed, when she got her implants, it actually set her jaw right. So she didn't have any problems anymore with her TMJ. I've got a mouth guard, yeah. So I'm a little scared. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really scared. That is my biggest fear as a dentist. My biggest fear. And my kid was asking me why the other day, and I told her, and she was like, oh, okay, I understand. Like, I have a problem even taking somebody to the dentist. I get upset, have a panic attack. Just, if I was driving Joy to the dentist, I would have a panic attack. It's bullshit. All right, Lisa. I know a lot of you guys have the same issue I do. I put some music on tonight. Oh, well, cool. Then we could just take off to Mexico. It'd be great. I always, when I have to do something that I don't want to do, that I'm calculating like, okay, anxiety-wise, I could be in Mexico in like this many hours. I don't know. Hey, Julie. I'm trying to put it all into words with some, into a written thing. How did you break a tooth on it? You know what? Gristle. Yeah. Rhonda, I assume. Thank you, Christine. Yeah, you're not the only one who's curious about the headache questionnaire I had. So, okay. Let me do Lesa. I haven't done this in so long. I used to have almost all of these numbers memorized, but no. Looks like I'm writing in some weird code. By the way, I was watching this really cool thing that came across my For You page, I guess, on YouTube. And there's a book. Oh, God, it starts with a V. But there's a book that has been living at Yale University that they have not been able to crack the code on what it is. And they finally figured out how to start cracking some of it. And I'm like, I'm really excited about that. All right, let me write your birthday down too. All right, make me do all the mathin'. Oh, let me not fuck that up though. Let me get on the right. thing. So your first name is a 1. Your middle name is a 6. And your last name is a 4. So that is 11, which is a 2. And then your birthday is a 7. I can already tell you that those kind of clash a little bit. So your name is just like Stephanie. You're a 2, just like Stephanie. So 2s are, like I said, the peacemaker. They are the ones that they love harmony. They love partnership. They love nurturing. They often, I'm doing you, Lisa. They often serve as mediators. They love to network and build connections, but they have to be like peaceful connections. Like they don't like conflict. They don't like screaming and yelling. Like they don't like any of that stuff. Here's what's interesting though, because your name is a 2, but your birthday is a 7, and a 7 is the seeker. So for somebody that name wise, you need connection and you need relationships, like you need friends and people. I'm not saying like you love tons and tons of people. Thank you for that, Miss Eunice. Thank you. I'm not saying you need like tons and tons of people around you, but you need human interaction. You need adult time. But the 7 is the seeker, and the seeker is usually very introspected. You're very analytical. You love wisdom. You love higher wisdom. You love philosophy. You love spirituality. So you go from like these major shifts like this. So a shift of I want to talk to people, and I want to help people, and I want to be the mediator, and I want to do the things. And then you shift over to this like super introverted, I just want to learn, and I just want to, be by myself. Don't talk to me. So you shift back and forth between this really, really hard. What I find interesting, so first of all, those two are kind of at odds with each other a little bit. Okay, whoever is talking about me, will you wait? Like wait for just a minute, because this is like really irritating. But together those equal 9, and 9 is the humanitarian. So this is all about helping others, doing as much humanitarian things as you can to make the world a better place, which appeals to the 2 aspect of you, but not so much the 7. So it does appeal to the 7, but I'm going to tell you how to make those 3 work together. Okay. So the 7 is more prone to like solitary introspection, etc., but also prone to wisdom and to learning and to paying attention to philosophical pursuits and so on. So here's how you make that 7 work with the 2 and the 9, because the 2 and the 9 are like this. They're like peas and carrots. Those times when you get really, really introspective and you're like, you know what? I need a break. I don't want to people. I don't want to talk. You just want to learn. You just want to put things in your brain, I guess, for lack of a better term. Put things in your brain that allow you to help other people. So instead of just falling down the rabbit hole of, I don't know, I mean, almost anything can be used to help other people. But those times when your brain won't shut up, when you just want to be by yourself, but at the same time, you still kind of want to people, I would highly, highly recommend looking at some of the things by like, especially because I know what you do for a living, like Carl Jung, Alan Watts, Ram Dass, some of the modern philosophical giants, I would look at some of their ideas. Carl Jung especially, with what you do. And you can find so much on YouTube. Once you start looking up those three more modern philosophers, you're going to find a lot more on YouTube as well. That'll scratch that itch of that number 7 part of you. So that way, when you're like, don't talk to me, I need a break, it allows you to fill your brain with goodies. And it allows you to, well, hello in Germany and hello in Colombia. It allows you to add all of the goodies in and make you happy with that. But then you also can utilize those things to make the 2 and the 9 happy. So you actually have a decent way of working together there. You just need to make sure that the people that are around you know when you go into like introspection and, like know people's, that they know you're not mad. Like I would bet you've had a lot of people before say, I feel like you're mad at me just because you needed to take a break. Like I get that a lot. Sometimes I say yes just for spite. Not nice what to do. Go on, that's funny. So yeah, you can make the 7 work with your name. Unless you just want to go change your name. But I wouldn't advise that. Because I like the number 2 and I like the 9 working together. Yes, thank you, Julie. The Voynich manuscript. I knew somebody would come up with it. Yeah, I was listening to that last night, and I was listening to it this morning when I was taking a shower and stuff like that. It was just really interesting. I always find all of that fascinating because, so here's who else is on my list, and then I'll finish my sentence. Kathy Mazel, Eunice Chase, Megan West, Suzanne Horn, Ashley Spradley, Shena Johnson, Jacqueline Burr, Tabitha. Tabitha, you have 2. Did you know that? No, you don't. Don't listen to me. I'm on crack. Don't listen to me. Thank you for that. Tabitha just had a little freak out. You don't. Don't listen to me. Karina, excuse me. I'm so sorry. And Abigail. That's who is on my list for this evening. Yeah, just don't listen to me. My brain's overloaded. My brain's overloaded. So I always find it really, really interesting whenever we're finally able with our technology now to either, I think they utilized a lot of like infrared and all spectrum light to see where there had been changes to the manuscript. But it always fascinates me because some of the things that we still can't decode today, hundreds and hundreds of years later, the coding, the words, why it's written the way it's written. If y'all don't know about that manuscript, you should go learn. Just saying. So, well, Rowan, I appreciate that, but this is actually a little bit different than what you're going to find online. I'm actually utilizing stuff that is from the 1940s instead of like the original stuff when all of this came out. Yeah, it is 100% an awesome rabbit hole to go down. You won't be sorry. I promise you won't be sorry. All right, Miss Kathy Mazel. Marriage, yes. If you change your name when you got married, that does count. So if you want to do your name now, we can do your name now. It's up to you. It's up to you. So, hey, Kathy. But I will say this, the reason that I have on here your name at birth is because that will tell you who you are, like who you are at your core. If you're considering, like if you're getting married, I 100% would recommend putting your, what your name will be when you get married. Like, are you hyphenating? Are you keeping your last name? Are you taking their last name? Like, I would really, really recommend that, because then you know kind of what the change is going to be. When you put your married name, and when I'm looking at your Namerology with your married name, that's going to tell you a lot of how that relationship is going to go, if that makes sense. Like me, my last name on my birth certificate is not my last name when I was born. My last name when I was born, my dad adopted me when I was 7. So my last name on my birth certificate is different than my last name I was born with. So I've done my Namerology with all of it. And then I've been married twice. So I've had 4 fucking last names. Yeah. All right, Miss Kathy. Let's do Miss Kathy. I'm just gonna like preemptively apologize that I'm doing all the weird little singy things. My brain is braining today. My brain also just did this flip-flop thing. I was like, that is not correct. What are you doing? And I did not give myself enough room to write shit, so now I gotta make a little line to go up there. All right. So your first name is a 1. And your middle name is a 7. And your last name is a 3. Which equals, how is it the first 3 people, their name is a 2? That's insane. Okay, we're going to talk about that in a minute. And your birthday is an 8. Interesting. You have a lot of conflict. All right. Here's your conflict. Your name is a 2, but your birthday is an 8. So those 2 together equal a 1. So the 2, as we've already talked about, is like the mediator, the caregiver, the peacemaker, the one that you just want everybody to be happy. You want to make sure that all the relationships are working in harmony. Why I say that these are all, I mean, you can make them work, but it's going to take you having some hard talks with yourself. So the 8, your birthday number, is the powerhouse. This is somebody that's very ambitious. They're very material driven. They can, okay, I'm going to say it this way because I don't know how else to say it. They can speak with a lot of authority, and sometimes people can take that wrong, but they're very resilient as well. So 8 is all about like power and wealth and being very strong and courageous and so on. I'm kind of giggling internally a little bit, especially with the strength aspect, just because I've read for you for a long time. So I kind of know, you know, a lot of the things you've gone through and the other things you've dealt with in life. So I'm kind of like giggling internally. But people that have an 8, like your birthday being an 8, you're usually very, very driven as far as success goes. Like you want to be successful. And so you fight with yourself a lot because that number 2 is all about caring and nurturing and making sure everybody's happy. So you want to make sure everybody's happy, but at the same time, you have a lot of things and goals and structure that you want. So when the number 2 part is what the number 8 part would consider not being in line with the goals and so on, and not having like your birthday number, that one can be bossy. And your name number, your bossy part thinks that it's lazy, and your caregiver part thinks that one's too bossy. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying bossy in a bad way, so don't think that, because being a powerhouse and having a lot of ambition and so on, that can be a really good thing. But what also butts heads with it is that those two together are a 1. And the 1 is a leader. And so you like to have new beginnings and you like to be the leader of things. So I would bet you wear the pants in your family. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but you're not afraid to take risks. You're not afraid to take charge, which also can be very good with a lot of the things you've dealt with in your life. So those two things fight with each other. They fight with each other. I will say this. Even though I know you're married and your last name has changed, you're still going to have that 2, that caregiver aspect in there. You're never going to get rid of that. It's who you are at the core. So one thing I love, and I want to tell you, I'm going to put it to you this way, because I know how your family dynamic is and the things you deal with and some of the health things that you've dealt with. I think that it's actually fantastic that your birthday is an 8 and that this equals a 1, because I think that if you had all numbers that were more mediators and humanitarians and, you know, nurturers, I think if you had numbers like that, you would be so overwhelmed. You'd be broke down every night crying. I think that you would have a lot of times in life where you would have given up, like things like that. You've been dealt like a lot of hard hands, you know, with losing all the family that you've lost and the health issues, and you know what I mean? Like you've been dealt a lot of stuff. So if you didn't have that number 8, that birthday, and you didn't have those two converging and equaling a 1, I really, really don't think that you would be in the place you are right now. I really don't. I think that is work to your advantage. I think you have just enough caring to not be a super cold asshole. Which is really weird because I've read for you for so long that I can't see you being a super cold asshole. But I think that name, that number 2, softens the 8 and the 1 out, because those two together, the 8 and the 1 together, oh my God, like that's a rule the world combination right there. And that doesn't always leave a lot of room for family or relationships or love or things like that. So I think that name, that number 2, balances it out just enough. But I think that the 8 and the 1 are like this. And if they weren't, I think with a lot of the things with your kids and with you and with the loss you've experienced, I think that it would have broke you. I think that it would have broke you. So does that make sense? It's so much easier if I know you guys. Like, it's so much easier if I've read for you. If I've read for you for a long time, I feel like I know you. I'm just letting you know. Thank you, Nanda. Did that make sense though, Kathy? Kind of putting it in that way. If you're doing life path numbers, I mentioned this already because I get that question a lot. Somebody asked if you use the 13 or you do a 4. According to actual numerology, you never have a double digit number. You have to keep adding everything together until you have a single number. There is no 11, 12, 13, etc. It's all a single number. So, thank you, Miss Kathy. I mean, that's the way I was taught. That's old school numerology. What's up, Raven? All right, let me fix my life here because I keep hitting the wrong button. It's been that day where I'm just like, I actually feel kind of prepared to leave tomorrow, but I know damn well when I get on the road, I'm going to be like, fuck, I forgot shit. I already know. You're so welcome, Miss Kathy. I also need to remember that because I write little, I have this little print, and whenever I'm writing y'all's names, like Kathy's name, I wrote it all squished, and then I could hardly fit the numbers under there because that's how I roll. Because that's how I roll. Miss Eunice, you're next, sugar. I'm going to give myself room. All right. So many E's. So many E's. It's funny. I've been talking most of the day today. And so, y'all didn't see me yawn. So I noticed that when I've been talking a lot, the ball of my cheek hurts. So I don't know. Do y'all with TMJ, learn me. Y'all with TMJ, do you have that problem? Does it make the ball of your cheek hurt, or is it the cracked tooth that I'm bitching about? Because it could totally be that. Oh, you're welcome, Sadie. Blonde. Thank you. So that's a thing? Like it's okay. A lot of you are saying yes. I was hoping that you were going to say no. It can make your entire head hurt. Okay. I'm not excited about this. I'm not excited about this. I don't like it. Okay. Yeah, mine's my bottom left right here, the hinge. It hurts really bad. But I've noticed that it makes I have really high cheekbones. Like the balls of my cheeks are like right here. And so it makes it hurt right up under there. Right up under that ball of my cheek. So yeah. All right. By the way, I want to thank you guys for sending out all the good vibes for Leanne. Her house is okay and she's able to go back home. So thank you guys for that. I appreciate it more than you know. I appreciate it more than you know. Just saying. I just wanted to give you guys an update. She just gave us an update a little bit ago. Okay, so your first name is a 3. Your middle name is an 8. I love your middle name, by the way. I think that's so pretty. And your last name is a 9. I feel like I'm in a simulation right now because guess what her name path number is? Y'all will never guess. Yeah, it says fucking 2. The muscle is overexerted. Okay, so let me ask you guys this. Yeah, it's a 2. The first 4 people on my list are a fucking 2. The fuck y'all. think it's funny. There are so many times I have a hard time not being convinced that we're in a simulation. So for those of you guys that have TMJ, let me ask you this. Do you find that heat or cold works better? I've been having to like switch back and forth. I will say the face mask, the heating pad that I got on Amazon, mwah! I love that thing. I love that thing. I've got to make sure to take it with me. I wear it almost every night. Both. So a lot of you guys are finding that both. Okay. Okay. I mean, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. So, all right. I also have been putting salon paws on my face because that lidocaine feels great. I'm just saying. All right. Let me quit fucking around. This is why my face hurts. So 2 and 7, which is a 9. Okay. Heat feels better short term. Cold feels better hours later. Okay. I've kind of noticed that too. Okay. Thank you guys for all the advice. I appreciate it. Like, thank you for all the advice. Yeah, I put the face heating pad. I usually will put that on in the morning. But it's wrinkled my face all up. But I also sometimes do it before bed. But yeah, that one that's got the Velcro, oh my God, I fucking love that thing. I fucking love that thing. This is my favorite thing. All right. So, Eunice, I don't know if you were here when you heard Lisa's. Yours is going to be very similar to Lisa's, except I don't know what you do for a living. Except I don't know what you do for a living. So we'll go through it a little bit. I saw several people asking about that. I can't go to a chiropractor. So I have a bone spur in my neck back here. I want to say it's like C4 or C5. I can't remember. But your body is an amazing thing. Let me just say that. Your body's an amazing thing. So a long time ago, I had a wreck. I got rear-ended. I was sitting still at a stop sign. I've only had like a few wrecks in my entire life. I was sitting still at a stop sign. And I was stretching like this because I was pulling my underwear out of my booty. Just don't do that. I'm just letting you know, learn from my mistake. But this guy rear-ended me at like 50 miles an hour. And instead of your neck curving like this, mine went bam and curved like that. And because of the damage right there, it created a bone spur, which at the time they were like, well, it's going to, you know how when you're young and they're like, oh, it's going to be a problem when you're older. And you're like, I'm 20. It doesn't matter. I'm 21. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? So that's where I'm at. So yeah, I have a big bone spur right here. I actually had to go and have it looked at early last summer, because my neurologist was worried about it. Yeah, my neurologist was worried about it. But when they did like the MRI and everything and looked at it, because they were worried I was going to have surgery to have it removed, he was like, you know what's really funny? He said, your artery right there, he's like, it has rerouted itself. I guess it's just been there for so long that it rerouted itself around the bone spur. But it'll cause problems when I get older. It'll cause problems when I get older. So, yeah. So your body is an amazing thing. Like, your body is an utterly amazing thing. I was really terrified thinking I was going to have fucking neck surgery. Especially for something like that. That it was, because he was like, this is pressing on this artery. But the artery, they couldn't see it in the first test they did. And so they did a different one. And so they could see that it actually had rerouted around it. So I technically have two. It's so weird. It's so weird. So yeah. Right? I mean, from a normal person perspective too. Like, I mean, an EMT perspective, I think that would be awesome too. Yeah. Yeah. I will do some more of these probably in a couple of weeks. I'm trying not to overwhelm myself tonight because y'all see that I do this. Y'all see that I do this a lot. So let me fix Miss Eunice up. All right, Miss Eunice. So the 2 is the peacemaker. And I need a peacemaker to make sure my fan is on. The peacemaker is all about harmony and love and partnership, relationships. Like, you love having people around you. You need people around you. You need that friendship, the relationship, the companionship. But it also can mean that you get taken advantage of because you are that mediator. Like, you just want everybody to be happy. The 7, your birthday is the 7. I had to go down and look at it again because I have the number 2 down pat now. But 7 is that introspective, like, I'm going to pull into myself now and I'm going to go over here and I'm going to look at all the philosophical stuff. Don't talk to me. Don't bother me. I'm not mad at you, but I'm going to be way over here doing my thing. Right. Yeah, just ignore that person. Just block that person. I can't, one thing, guys, I can't physically keep up with every single social media app. It's, there are too many. I usually try to go in and at least get my username. Like, I do have my username on Threads. If you find the Blue Bodie, you'll, like, my Instagram and my Threads are tied together. So if you follow me on Instagram, it'll show my Threads on there, and you can click on that and make sure you're following the right one. But there are so many social media apps out there. And it kills me just to keep up with TikTok and YouTube. It really does. I'm not gonna lie. It's so much. But the 7 is very, very philosophical. So you want to learn all of this higher wisdom and deeper meanings of life and so on. Thank you, Miss Joy. What I find really interesting is that your number 9, the 2 and the 7 together equal a 9. And that is very compassionate, very generous. Like, it's really funny because this is also like a humanitarian aspect, but I've read for you enough that I don't see that being a big part of who you are. I see you being more of the, I want to say, like, micro humanitarian, like right around your immediate circle. A lot of people that have a number 9 that are a humanitarian aspect, they want to do whatever they can to help as many people as they can. And sometimes helping as many people as they can is just the 10 people in their immediate family. And I have a feeling that that's more you. So I did see your message. The girls did forward me your message. And right now, I think that the thing that would help you the most with what you're dealing with is that 7. Is that birthday, that 7. I love that your last name is a number 9, which also is your overall number. I was looking at what the 3 is. I think that with what you're dealing with right now, I would lean into that 7. I would lean into that 7. I would look at a lot of philosophical ideas on reincarnation, on sickness, on health issues, on and here I'm going to give you some ideas of what to look at. I would look at some Buddhist teachings. I really would. I would look at some Buddhist teachings, especially Tibetan Buddhism. Why am I saying so much? Tibetan Buddhism is more of what I lean toward, more of what I practice in that aspect of my life. Tibetan Buddhism has some very, very interesting scripture, I guess, for lack of a better term. I know that there's a word for it, but my brain just went and I can't remember it. They have very interesting scripture. The Tao Te Ching is also a really good thing to read. It's not Buddhist, it's more Confucianism, Taoism. Well, it's Taoism, not Confucianism. The Tao Te Ching is a really good one. I would really look at a lot of Eastern philosophy. I would look at a lot of Buddhism, secular Buddhism, Tibetan Buddhism, because their views of life, their views of people on the other side, their views of reincarnation, they really spoke to me just because of what I have seen in doing what I do. And if you guys don't know how they pick the next Dalai Lama, you need to go and find out. That's your other homework. You need to go and find out. If you don't know how they pick the next Dalai Lama, it is really, really, it's really cool. Like, I'm not going to lie. It's really, really cool how they pick the next Dalai Lama. So I'm just saying, you should go look. You should go look. But Eunice, I would 100% lean into that number 7. I don't think that you'll ever be able to get rid of the 2 or the 9, because that 2 is the other part of who you are at your core. You're always going to need people and companionship. So I don't think leaning into the number 7 so much that you push everybody away. Don't do that. But you need somebody that you can talk about this stuff like philosophically with. That's what I would recommend. If you have not listened to some Alan Watts on YouTube, there's a lot of his lectures on YouTube. I would, because he talks a lot about the different aspects of all of the Eastern religions, how they view life and family and afterlife, and like how they view all those things. Yeah, just a tiny boof tonight because I was doing a bunch of shit. So why my hair looks the way that it does. Looks like short. It's crazy. I didn't fix it. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, I probably take this bitch down. Yeah, if you don't have long hair, yeah, see, it's crazy. It's everywhere. But yeah, crazy hair. If y'all don't have longer hair, you have no idea how heavy this shit is. It gets really fucking heavy, especially that actually feels so much better. Y'all get to watch me make the weird face. That feels so much better. It's just crazy hair today. Megan West is next. You're cutting yours? Don't say that. Don't say that, Christine. How will Kay cosplay as Christine if you have different lengths of hair? I'm just saying. Short. No. No. I mean, it's your head. I can't say no, but I'm just, no. All right, let me shut the hell up. Come on, that's funny. Megan, I almost just made you born in the 1800s. I'm sorry. My brain was like, 18? 18? Yeah. I'm sorry. You weren't. I did not make you born in the 1800s. But my brain wanted to. My brain was trying to put that. So apparently you're just a really old soul. Really old soul. Or a vampire. Or you know some things that we all... You know what? I don't know if I want to know. The Spirit app will shush me. Yeah, they're fuckers, man. Hurt my feels all the time. Tell me to shut up. Or trying to date me. Actually, that's only at Hell House. Every time I have gone to Hell House now, I get something asking me out on a date all the time. It's the funniest fucking shit I've ever heard in my life. It's fucking funny. Oh, I should write smaller. I was hoping to get a couple more episodes edited so I could get them out for y'all. All right, let's see where my calculator is. So your first name is a 4. 4 is a good number. Your middle name is a 7. And your last name is a 4. I like it. So your first name is 6. I think that I fucked up a number. You know when you think your finger hit the button, but it really didn't? And your birthday is a 5. Okay. Which means overall, you're a 2. No, you're a 3. You're a 3. You're a 3. Don't listen to me. No, you're a 2. Don't listen to me. Because 6 and 5 is 12. No, it's not. It's 11. God, what the fuck? Let me just get a drink. Let me just get a drink. What the fuck? I'm out of tea. Some blue-haired lady drank all my tea. Bitch. You know, every time I do a Namerology live like this, there's always one number that way overwhelms. So like so far, it seems to be 2. Every single person has had a 2 in a prominent place. So the first 4 people I did, 2 was their name. And then Megan's is her overall is a 2. So I think that's interesting. We'll see how many people out of all these tickets have a 2. All right, Miss Megan. So, y'all get to deal with that tonight too. You, as far as your name goes, 6 is the caregiver. Because you have the caregiver as your name and then overall you have a 2, I am going to venture out on a limb here and say that you get walked over a lot. You get walked over a lot. I'll be doing these again in a couple weeks. Not next week, but probably the week after. And I'll put more on my list the week after. I've got to leave town in the morning, so I'm trying not to stay up till 2 a.m. So you get walked on a lot. 6 is all about love and family. So you're very, very dedicated to children, friends, family members, significant others. In fact, you put everybody else in front of you. Like they come first, you come last. So you really struggle with self-love. You really struggle with your identity because everybody else comes first. But the 5, the number 5, I want to talk about that one because you do war with yourself. You war with yourself. Okay? 5 is the adventurer. So you need change and versatility and being a very dynamic person, and like you're happy to move halfway around the world. You're happy to take off on some adventure that you've never been on, as long as you have like all of your people to come back to. I'm trying to not talk with my hands as much and it's really hard. Y'all don't know. Like, that's why I keep putting my hands in my lap and trying to just like talk, but I can't. I have to have my hands. So it just is what it is. We're just going to talk with our hands. We're just going to talk with our hands. Why? I got self-conscious about it the other day. That's why. Because I was watching back the videos of the new high beam hauntings that Sass and I are doing, and I realized how much I talk with my hands. So I got self-conscious. Nobody said anything. It's me. It's all me. It's my brain. My brain's a dick. So, all right, Megan. So you have this need to be a nurturer and need to be a caregiver and need to take care of everybody around you. And then I did get my nails done yesterday. I'll show you guys in a minute. And then you have this need to be the explorer, the adventurer, the like, let's go do crazy shit. So like as a mom, as somebody that, you know, a babysitter or whatever, like you're the fun babysitter. You're the fun mom. You know what I mean? Because you always want to do cool shit. However, you tend to war with yourself because sometimes you have to decide, do I want to be, you know, the caregiver, or do we want to go do crazy shit? Do I want to go do crazy shit? So I find it interesting that you're a 2 overall because that's the nurturer. Like that's the peacemaker. So what that tells me is that caregiver is always going to win out. It's always going to win out because you being a 2 overall is the peacemaker, meaning that if the 6 part of you, the caregiver part of you is fighting with the adventurer part of you, the caregiver side is always going to win. The caregiver side is always 100% going to win. So I'm going to say this. One of the things that you need as that you need to be a solid human, and I don't mean that you're not a good human. I mean like pulling all the aspects of you together. You need that adventure. You need that freedom. You need the new experience. So I would start doing just some little weekend trips, day trips. Find some places that are within like an hour or 2 hour drive from you, or just places right around you you've never been, and start trying to go to a new place every weekend, even if it's just a park, or, you know, go have a picnic here or go hiking here. There's so many cool things. I don't care where you guys live. Trust me, I have traveled enough to know that if you really want to find really cool free things to do, and it's about to be spring, or it is spring and summer, you want to find some really cool things to do, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. What's up, Miss Karen? Girl, I'm obsessed with your videos, especially when you're showing all the places you are over there. You just shush with your pretty little self over there in Dubai. I just want you to know that. I just want you to know that. You come across my For You page because I followed you back, and I'm like, oh. So, I mean, please feel free to post all of the videos over there that you would like. Just post till your heart's content, and know that I will watch every single fucking one of them, because I see all these gorgeous places that I may never get to visit, and I live vicariously through a lot of you guys that I follow. I'm just saying, those of you guys that are overseas and stuff, like, yeah, I'm just saying, I live vicariously through a lot of you. So yeah, feel free. Your spiritual advisor is advising you to post all of the videos of Dubai that you can. And Australia, please. Y'all in Australia, please post all of the videos of Australia. All of them. All of them. Please. All right. Megan, do some little day trips. Do little day trips. As long as you're going someplace new, that's going to scratch that itch of that number 5, that adventure aspect, and it'll help you balance out, and it'll make you happy. That nurturing, that caregiver is always going to win out. It's always going to be here, right? And that's fine. It can be there. But when they get like this, that's when you're not happy, and that's when you start to feel trapped. Does that make sense? So if you could even just once every 2 weeks go on a weekend trip or something, I have not tried Dubai chocolate. Stop it. What is that? Is it magic? Is it filled with gold? I have tried the bonbons from the Stanley Hotel. They were so good. They were so good. Stop it. Is it? Are you serious? Is this a thing? How have all of you tried this? What? Can I order some online? Stop it. Now you guys, now this is going to be a thing. Now this is going to be a thing. Chocolate and pistachio. They sell it on TikTok. Stop. Y'all are going to have me ordering chocolate. Stop. Stop it. Y'all are evil. Sass. They're over here on TikTok telling me we need to buy chocolate. I'm just saying. I want you to know that Karen is the ringleader here. Sinfully good. Oh my God. All right. Done. 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 I mean, there are much worse things to be, right? There are much worse things to be. Sass said she's down. All right. New goal for the soon future. We need to get some Dubai chocolate. By the way, I am looking at the video I posted on TikTok. I think it's on YouTube as well. It should be because I posted it. But I put up the video about asking you guys what classes you would like me to teach for those of you guys that are subscribers and so on. I'm going to start scheduling those. Just saying. Cashew candy. Batch what? What? Nope, I will be at home. I will be at home. So after this weekend, I'm home until the end of June, and then I'll be in Pennsylvania for a week. As of right now, knock on wood. Because here's the thing, if y'all don't know how the weather works in the Midwest, I'm okay with not traveling during those times. So I can be home. So I know my doggy dogs are okay with storms, and I know my cars are in the garage. Yeah, I am an old person during that time of the year. I want to stay home and I want to go anywhere. After last year, Sass can attest, after last year, no. Fuck that shit. All right, Miss Suzanne. Okay, Suzanne Horn, are you here? We all need to know how your interview went. We all need to know. I think you said so the other night, and I didn't. About social goats. Okay, I will. Did you send me a message on my website or here on TikTok? To be honest, if you guys send it here on TikTok, you have another interview on Friday. I'm so happy. Yay, thank you. Because a lot of times if I send it on TikTok, if you send it on TikTok, I don't see it. But I will go look. Let me, hang on. Hold on just a minute here. I'm writing your tag down so that way I know who I'm looking for. There we go. I followed you back. It's actually me. It's actually me. Just so you know. We're so excited for you, Suzanne. You're gonna get the job, and it's gonna be fucking epic and fantastic, and you're gonna be like, fuck you guys. It'll be great. It'll be great. I love you right back. I mean, me and the girls, we're always going to go with goats. Don't think we're not. Miss Dawn keeps talking about burping baby goats, and that's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. Burp Baby goats. All right. Let me focus. What the fuck? Who is that? I'm not doing this evening. I legit just thought that, like, Bear's over here asleep. Zeus can't reach that high. I thought it was Vlad. I legit just had something like bumping the side of my leg. So, all right. Somebody's ghost animal is here. Oh, I did read for somebody last night that had a dog. Okay. All right, so let me say this. Downside to getting tattoos that draw spirits into you is that it actually draws spirits into you. Not into you, but towards you. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. Just saying. All right. Focus, bitch. Miss Suzanne. Yeah, post it on the video. If y'all have something you would like to see me teach, post it on the video. Make sure you share that everywhere too. It would be really, really 100% groovy to get off of here and see that I have reached 600,000 followers. I was still at 599. I keep doing 599 and then it'll say I've lost 200 followers. It did this when I hit 500 too. It was bullshit. Bullshit. Okay, I'm gonna quit bitching. Everything's bullshit today, just so y'all know. I have said that so many times. Bullshit. Bullshit. I know it's showing some people that I do, but I haven't hit that yet. I haven't hit it yet. Not on my end. I haven't hit it yet. Yeah, it's bullshit. I don't know why it shows everybody different things. It's the weirdest fucking thing. Ah! I knew I just fucked that all the way up. All right. 1 plus 9 plus. Threw me off because there was like an extra 1 in there. Woohoo! So your first name, Suzanne, is a 6. And your middle name is a 2. And your last name is a 1, which means that your name is a 9. Okay. I feel like I missed something there. Nope, I didn't. And your birthday is an 8. which means overall you're an 8. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So you fight with yourself in, right. Yeah, the maiden name is who you are at the core, okay? Your birth name is who you are at the core. So let's talk about this, because that 9, your name, fights with both of those 8s, even though it is part of why your overall is an 8. So 9 is like the humanitarian. Like, let me do, oh, Miss Norma, those things came in. Thank you so much. I was waiting till I saw you. I wanted to say thank you personally. You said that you had sent something. It didn't send the little thing to give me the opportunity to send a thank you back. But they came in and they're already packed up and ready to go. Thank you so much. Thank you for gifting those to us. They will get well used this weekend, trust me. If you guys want to send goodies, if you guys want to send anything off of our list, just let it know. See, Alyssa, I knew that was happening. You're not the only one that has told me that you randomly stopped following me when you're, and people are like, I didn't stop following you. It did this to me when I hit 500,000 followers too. It pisses me off. It pisses me off. It shows that over the last week, I have lost like 600 followers, which I've never had. That to me is a mass unfollowing. Like, I've never had that happen. It's the weirdest fucking thing. See? Did that to some of you guys, yeah. So, Suzanne, your humanitarian aspect fights with the 8. So 8 is that powerhouse, like the ambition, the driven. You need goals, you need structure, you need a list, you need material things to work for. Oh, wow. So a lot of you guys had to refollow me. A lot of you guys. Huh. Interesting. Fuckers. Fuckers. That pisses me off. Yeah, I 100% would have already been over the 600,000 mark. 100%. Yeah. Makes me irritated. Makes me irritated. Yeah. Okay. As long as you have, as long as, this is why you've been so frustrated trying to find the perfect job, because you need that success. 8s love having success in business. They love having, like, moving up the ladder. Brett lost his account for about a week. Oh my God. Let me say this real quick and then we'll get back to Suzanne. For those of you guys, I don't care who you are, especially on TikTok, because I've noticed that this is becoming rampant, but do it on YouTube too. Make sure you turn on all of the things that will, the authenticator and all that stuff. It's worth downloading Google Authenticator. I promise it's worth it. I've had a lot of people try to get into my TikTok account, trying to hack my TikTok account over the years. I've had, like, my very first World of Warcraft account got hacked and it took me a while to get it back. After that, I learned my lesson. I was like, that was my job, was writing about World of Warcraft. And if I can't get into World of Warcraft to write about World of Warcraft, I have no job. And so it took me like 2 days to get it back. So yeah, I put all of them on there. All of the authenticator aspects. All of it. So if y'all don't have that, I don't care if you think that you're never ever going to post a video or whatever. It doesn't matter. Do it. Do it. Because you never know. I have a creator friend that got their they had their business account and they got their personal account hacked. And now they can't get that back. And there are, like, kids on her personal account. So just do it. Just do it. Okay? Take the time. It's worth it. Okay, Miss Suzanne, I promise I'm going to talk about yours. your number 8, your birthday and your name are always going to kind of fight. Okay. The birthday is an 8. So you are very driven. You're very ambitious. As long as you have a goal, like buying a house, like your goal is to buy the house, and then your goal is to pay the house off early. You know what I mean? Like things like that, or to have the perfect garden, or to have, like you need something physical, material that you can see. The problem with number 8 is that you can get horse blinders, and then you don't see anything out in the world. You only see that. So you have to be really careful that you don't like stay in horse blinder mode. But as long as you have a list, as long as you have a goal, as long as you know what it is you're working toward, you're happy. So the problem comes when that number 9 comes in and you need to be the humanitarian and take care of everybody else. So the number 8 is going to be ambitious. It's going to strive to move forward and put some money in savings. Everybody's like, what the fuck is savings? What the fuck is savings? So when you start to realize that a kid of yours or a friend or a family member or best friend, whatever, is down on their luck, you're going to do whatever you can to help them because of that humanitarian aspect. So with the number 8 part, then you get frustrated if you feel like they're taking more than they should, if that makes sense. We all know people that will take and 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 take. So as long as you keep a good balance with that, you definitely always need a goal to be working for. If you don't have a goal, if you don't have a list of goals to be working towards, then you're going to get frustrated really, really quickly. So, like I dove deep into my name. In fact, I did all of my names, including Bodie Blue, which is what I go by. And seeing all of that stuff, I was like, holy shit. So that's part of the reason I point over there because it's over there. That's part of the reason why I have a whiteboard and I have my goals on my whiteboard. So if you guys, I'll tell you the numbers. If you get one of these numbers anywhere, you need to have like a whiteboard or a piece of paper with your goals on them where you can see them at all times. It'll help you feel better and it'll help you keep motivated. So 9, 4, and 1. Those, if you get a 9, a 4, or a 1 anywhere in this, you need to always make sure that you have your goals up where you can see them. It'll help you feel better, I promise. So the leader, the builder, or the powerhouse, you need to have that. Does that make sense, Suzanne? I know that was like choppy. Choppy. Thank you for that, Christine. I picked the cute little cloud this evening because I thought it was cute. Not that the octopus isn't cute, but. Good. I'm glad it makes a lot of sense. I would highly recommend making sure that you have your lists where you can see them like all the time, at all times. I'm going to turn to the next page. I don't want anybody seeing anybody's shit. Ooh, and then I'm going to knock stuff over. That's the way I'm rolling this evening. Dude, spell check has been getting me so bad lately, and I don't know why, and it has been pissing me off to no end. I don't know about y'all. But yeah, it's been absolutely pissing me off. All right, Miss Ashley Spradley. You are my number 7. Oh, you have a pretty middle name, too. Oh my gosh. I just like in my mind, I heard the mom scream your name. You know what I mean? Like there are some people, I think if you have like an E-I-Y ending middle name and it has that at the end, you know you are in deep shit. Like everybody knows you're in deep shit if your mom screams that name. Like, Marie, you know what I mean? Like you could put that like on it, you know, Renee, you could put that. Or A, I guess. Yeah. Well, I think your middle name is gorgeous. I can also, in my head, I can just hear a mom screaming it down the street. Some of you guys have, oh, I see people on YouTube. Andrea. Ooh, yeah, Andrea's got, oh, that's a rough one too. Every one of you just had a flashback from when your mom yelled your whole name across the neighborhood or the mall or something like that, and I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You don't see me yawn. Oh, Ashley's a Gen X baby, so yeah, your mom has screamed that across the neighborhood at you, hasn't she? I think all of us Gen X kids have had our names screamed across the neighborhood like that. All of us. All of us. My mom could whistle like that too. If I heard my name, I knew I was in some deep shit. But yeah, my mom did this thing like this. She would go, I can't do it. But yeah, she could put her fingers in her mouth like that and whistle. And I swear, I lived in Denver growing up, and I think that you could hear my mom whistle in Tulsa. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. It was that loud. It was that fucking loud. It was that loud. I never got called my other sibling's name. But yeah, if we heard the whistle, we had to scoot our ass home. And if we didn't get there within a reasonable amount of time, then the name would be called, and yeah, we were in trouble. Yeah. All right, let's get on this. Why is it? Oh. I even turned on like some nice music so I wouldn't talk so much, but you see that really helped. I like that you have 113 in your middle name. I was telling my manager the other day, I was like, girl, you need to pick you a number, and that needs to be assigned to everything you're manifesting. Like, that's your lucky number. And she was like, I can't with you. And I'm like, no. Trust me on this. You hang around me long enough, you'll get a number. So your first name is a 7. Your middle name is a 1. Of course it is. And your last name is a 1. Okay. Which means you are a 9. So let's see what your birthday is. 7. Interesting. Which means that overall you're a 7. Yeah. Overall you're a 7 too. Okay. Well, let's talk about that. I am going to be willing to guess that you've had people get mad at you when you were spending alone time and when you were having some just Ashley time. and then accuse you of ignoring them or ghosting them or whatever. All right, so let's talk about this. We're going to talk about the 7 part first because that's a double meaning. It is your name and your birthday together, and then it's your birthday. And then we're going to talk about the number 9. So 7 is the seeker. It's that introspective aspect. So you love learning, you love higher philosophy, like you need alone time. You need your space. You need a just Ashley room. Like you need something where when you're done peopling, that's where you go. So in a relationship, in a friendship, anything, if you get overwhelmed, your way of dealing with something is not to talk it to death, not to argue it to death, not to fight about it. You don't want to deal with it. You need to go and you need to think, process it through your brain, look up some shit, research, maybe watch a cartoon or two, and then you're ready to talk about it. Like you need to work through it before you ever talk about anything else. So the other thing about the seeker is that you can be overly analytical, especially when you're in that Ashley alone time. So you're really hard on yourself. I'm giving you the bad stuff first. You're really hard on yourself, but you overthink and look for meaning in everything about your entire existence. But the number 9 aspect, okay, let me not get ahead of myself. The number 9 aspect is the humanitarian. So you don't have a 2. I just realized you're the first one that doesn't have a 2. You also are number 7 on my list, and you have 2 7s in your thing. I'm just saying. I just want to point that out. Because I saw that. But the humanitarian is the one that you're going to put everybody else before you. So a lot of times, especially with family, friends, like people that are really close to you, your really inner circle that you care about tremendously, you're going to put them way before you. And then you're not going to go get that alone time to regenerate and reprocess until you are crazy overwhelmed. Because the humanitarian also strives to make everything better. You get really wrapped up in social causes and social justice and things like that. So you have a lot of problems telling people no. You have a lot of problems explaining to people why you need your space, why you need to just back up from whatever's going on. What I find really interesting is the fact that there are 777. I find that really interesting. But what I was going to say is there's a way to make those 2 work like this. And that is, let's say this is going to appeal to the humanitarian part, right? So let's say that your best friend comes to you and has a problem, and you have had an overwhelming day. And normally you can tell her like, hey, I'm overwhelmed and I just need some time. I need a moment. I need some time. But maybe she's mega super upset and she can't focus. She can't function, right? So now you're like, okay, shit, I can't leave her in this situation. So let me figure out what can I do. This is where you pull all of that philosophical stuff that you studied the last time that you went too far in the Ashley cave over there. Using all the philosophical stuff that you study will only help boost that humanitarian aspect. So let the 2 of them work together. You would be super happy if you could find a job where you could just think and study and learn philosophy and study history and so on, and then go, all right, here's how we fix this problem, and here's how we fix this problem, and here's how we fix this problem. But the next time you get overwhelmed and then everybody wants your attention, that's a time for you to pull up some of that philosophical stuff that you study when you're dream job, when you're in your introspective aspect. So when you're in the introspective aspect and everybody is leaving you alone, I would recommend looking at philosophical issues and problems and how things were solved throughout history. Studying history is also going to be a fun thing for you. But anything at all that you can do while you're in that seeker mode that will help you with the humanitarian mode will help those two work together. Does that make sense? I hope so. Good. Good. I wish that I had a better way of telling people to leave you alone when you need that introspective part, but I mean, I just turned my phone off. I also have 2 1s, so that ought to tell you. That ought to tell you. History is your favorite subject. I love that. So you have no problem watching history videos when you're relaxing. I'm a big documentary person. Because I feel like if I'm relaxing, I need to be learning something. So I was looking at the numbers too. I find it interesting that your first name is a 7, your birthday is a 7, your last name and your middle name are both 1s. So with those 2 1s, I would bet that you don't have a problem telling people leave you alone. I have a lot of 1s. Every time I itch my nose, it fucks up my nose rings. And I gotta fix them. Bullshit. It's bullshit. I really love Egyptian history. I do. Because my family my family line comes from a lot of Irish, a lot of Scottish, and a lot of Scandinavian. I have fallen way down the rabbit hole with that. I think the Egyptian, I'm fascinated. We're always fascinated with things we can't have. By the way, Shena, you're next. Let me go ahead and say that. We're always fascinated with things we can't have, right? So since I grew up, glow in the dark white, you could see all my damn veins, and redheaded, and now my hair's turning white as I get older. I always was drawn to be friends with people that had dark hair and dark skin. Always. Like growing up in Colorado, there's a lot of people there that have darker hair and stuff. But in Oklahoma, there's a lot of Native Americans here. And I have a lot of friends that are Native because I was drawn to that. And plus my dad is, so, we were always doing stuff. But, yeah. So I love South American lore and history and all of that stuff. Mexican history, Mexican lore, like Aztecs, Mayans, Incas, like all that stuff. But I love Egyptian as well because I love the how they use the eyeliner and the wigs and the gems. I love it. Love it. All about it. All right, Shena. Why do you have such a cool name, Shena? It's really hard for me not to be like, check out this name. You have a cool ass fucking name, dude. It's like it just sounds magic. What is that, Ashley? What is that? Oh, well, you've got it as your thing. Yeah, I would own that too. That is a cool middle name. Where's your middle name from? Do you know? Yeah, I would 100% own that bitch. Yeah, that's fucking wicked. I love your name. For those of you guys on YouTube that can't see her comment, it's her username. It's am I saying it right? Is it Shena Tari? Your mom just spelled Marie with a T. I'm down. I think that's cool as fuck. I can't wait to see what number it is. We about to find out. Oh, the Egyptian religion. Okay. I learned something today. That makes me happy. Ooh, don't look. Don't look. I gotta quit talking as much or my jaw is gonna give out. Like, I can do these for you without talking, but it's so much funner to talk. We all know it's so much funner to talk. All right, let's see here what we got. So your first name is a 2. Your middle name is an 8. Your last name is a 3. I said and I paused because your last name, when you do it with the numbers coordinating with the letters, you have 114, 114. Like you have 114 in your name twice in your last name. You almost, well, you have 141 in your first name, but it just was weird. I was like, am I looking? That's why I kept looking down. I was like, am I looking at that right? Yeah, you have 114. Not that I pay attention to numbers or anything. So your first name is 4. Just saying. Oh, wow, Norma. That's cool. I love the Hopi Kachina dolls and the Hopi artwork. I love when I go through the Southwest. I have to like make myself not buy their like pottery and artwork. I have to make myself because I adore, I don't know what it is. I just adore all of the dolls and the artwork and the effigies and stuff that all of the Southwestern tribes make. The Hopi, the Nav, oh my God, all of it. I have a ton of Kachinas that are, I have a bunch of Hopi, and I have some, the other one just completely fell out of my face. I love them. I love what they stand for. Like, I love all of them, yeah. My crow is over there. My crow mother is back here. Yeah. I really want like one of the big ones. When I was a kid, I wanted one so bad I couldn't stand myself. My parents would let me have one. Which, I mean, I was 9, so, you know. I didn't need a $200 doll, you know. So, yeah. Don't look at me scratch my eyeball. I haven't, Miss Mandy, but I'll make sure that we look. Okay, I'll make sure that we get it done. I'm so sorry. It's been a crazy week. All right, Sheena, let me add your birthday together because I'm like just blah, 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 blah. Welcome to my life, y'all. I'll make sure we get you in, girl. I'm so sorry. So your birthday is a 2. All of your stuff is like, your mom did a good job naming you. Let's say that. That scared the shit out of me. Sorry. That scared the shit out of me. Your mom did a good job naming you. So the number 4, that is the builder. So you're very disciplined. You like to work hard toward a goal. Like you need something that you're striving for. If you don't have a goal, that's when you're unhappy. If you don't have a goal, that is when you are 100% unhappy. You have to have something that you're working for, because if you don't, y'all, I'm gonna have to lean off camera and take some Tylenol because my jaw's starting to hurt. If you don't have a goal, you don't feel like, well, let me say it a different way. If you don't have a goal, then you feel useless in a way. Like you feel like something's missing. Hi, Nurse Chatty. How are you? So then your birthday is a 2, and that's the caregiver. overall you're a 6, which is, oh, wait, the 2 is the peacemaker, the 6 is the caregiver. Am I sorry? So those two are always going to work well together. They work well with the 4 as long as your goals are in line with the other 2. Let me lean over here. Don't look. Don't look. Don't watch. YouTube will get on to me. Don't look. There we go. It's like, don't look. Don't look. So as long as you have goals that you can either coincide with being the peacemaker, the caregiver, etc., or you have goals that the peacemaker aspect can help you with, then you're going to feel fulfilled. So the times you're not going to feel fulfilled is when you feel like you're doing too much of the... Thank you, Miss Kim. I love the little goat, the little cloudy guy. So cute. If you feel like the caregiver peacemaker aspect is out of whack, like it can be like this and you're okay, but when it feels like this, when you're not getting to work on your goals, then you're gonna feel like nothing is working, nothing is right. Does that make sense? So I would highly recommend looking at what goals you have and how you can utilize that need to take care of other people and that need to be the mediator. So a good job for you is going to be something that allows you to do both things. To be honest, like a case manager or somebody in HR, like that's going to give you... Thank you, Miss Kim. You're so sweet. You're not flooded there in Kentucky, are you? Anything that allows you to utilize both, have those work together. The builder part too, I want to say this, not too bad, good. I'm worried about all of y'all with the flooding. I know that rain camped out here in Oklahoma. I'm surprised we didn't have any flooding here. Like, I'm really surprised. So I'm glad you're okay. Shena, as long as you can find a job that allows you to have a lot of structure, I'm going to say it this way on purpose, and a lot of rigidity, you know, where you're like, okay, I have all these goals I have to meet today, all these tasks I have to do today. And don't look at something as a task, look at it as a goal. Because if you look at it as a goal, that's going to appeal to that builder aspect. And then anything that's going to allow you to create harmony is going to appeal to that, to your birth date being a number 2. You can make those work together so easy, and feel super fucking fulfilled. Do I use given names or the name a person goes by? I can do either one. But if you want to know about you, you are so welcome, Shena. And I love your name. It's fantastic. Are you serious, Kim? Really? For those of you guys that watched, thank your mom for not making me a liar. I appreciate it. For those of you guys that watched the mediumship, the gallery last night, Kim just said the earring was in the green jacket stuck in the back of the liner. Did you guys cry when you found it? I would cry. Aww. Did you then fight over who's going to get the earrings? Would you do me the biggest favor? Oh, so you didn't even tell her why you wanted to tear the jacket apart? She kept him and you got the belt. I think that's a good trade. I think that's a good trade. I think that's a good compromise. Would you just write me a little thing? Like send it to my website or whatever? Because I would love to post that. And if you want to send a picture, feel free to send a picture. And I'll send you something in return, a coupon or I'll send you a goodie in return. I would really appreciate it. That makes me so happy. I'm not gonna lie. Whenever they show me something uber specific like that, I'm like, oh God, please let it be there. Please let it be there. Like I've been doing this for a long, long time, but still I'm like, please let it be there. Please let it be there. Please let it be there. Oh my God. I'm like so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Like my face hurts already and now I'm like grinning ear to ear. Thank you, Jade. Thank you, Jade. That makes me so happy. For those of you guys on YouTube, because some people on YouTube are like, I need to know the story. So I'll pause in my reading real quick. This is a good time to pause. I did a gallery read last night and Kim's mom came through. And it's really funny because she started showing me this gorgeous jacket, right? And I'm like, why is she showing me this coat, this jacket? And then she was showing me this ornate like earring, this really gorgeous little earring, but only one. And I asked before the coat thing, I was like, why is she just showing me one? Because I thought maybe it was a ring. And I was like, there's no way it's a ring. It's too ornate. Like that would suck to wear that. And she said it's her Christmas earrings. And so her mom told me that the earring had fallen down in the liner of the coat. Even told me like, was it on kind of the right side where she said it was going to be? But she told me that it was in the liner, like to undo the satin liner that was in the liner of the coat. And apparently it was in the liner of the coat. In the back right. See, like that makes me kind of want to cry. It makes me want to cry. I love that you now have the pair of earrings. I love that you have those or your sister has those and you have the bell your mom showed me. And like when Scarlett came in and said that they had found her uncle's recipes in that box, in the tub, in her other uncle's garage. Yeah, I wanted to cry a little bit too. So what did your sister say when you told her the story? When you told her why you wanted to look or how you knew the earring was there? What did your sister say? I'm just curious. Was she like, what the fuck, dude? Oh, she said, damn it, why did you come get me? Aw. Well, you have the link. You should be able to watch the replay on the link. She was shocked but happy. Aw. So had she worn the coat not knowing the earring was in there? That makes me so beyond happy. So that's the story. You're so welcome. You're so welcome, Indica. Well, I mean, I love stories like that. No, it was in the closet, so she hasn't worn it yet. Okay. Oh, yeah. You don't touch the coat. I forgot. I think she'd be okay with you wearing it. I think she'd be okay with you wearing it. I'm just saying. I think she'd be okay with it. Yeah, I love stories like that. That makes me so happy. Like usually they just want to show me, like now I'm waiting for the young lady. No. I would have been mad if I had known you been sitting there and not told me. I think everybody needed the closure of that story. So now we're just waiting on the young lady that that I asked about the painting, the motorcycle painting. We're just waiting on that now. So yeah. I'll still never forget the first mediumship reading I did for Sass. Like that was one of the that was one of the funniest ones because Sass, there was something that I said and she was like, that doesn't ring a bell. Like, I don't know. Cause the lady that came through, I said, she's showing me this gorgeous red pantsuit. And Sass was like, I don't remember that. Like, I don't remember that. And I said, well, she keeps showing it to me. And so for me, when they do this and they're showing me their clothes and they're doing this, it's important. Like, look at the, like, you know, when you go like, look at this shirt, you know, look at this necklace. When they do this to me and they're showing me their clothes, it's important, right? And so I was like, hey, there's something up with this red suit. She was like, I don't remember that. So she mentioned it to her mom. She was like, oh, do you remember so-and-so? And the first thing out of her mom's mouth was, oh my God, her in that red pantsuit. Like, that's the kind of stuff that it's validating for me, and it helps me fight the imposter syndrome and the you're just a crazy bitch syndrome. So yeah. So if ever I give you guys a mediumship reading and something like that happens, do not ever feel bad. Oh, yes, Tabitha, please let me know. Let me know. The jacket, right? The green jacket. Why has everybody got a green jacket? It was really cool. I just love that the earring was in there. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I'm sorry that they're not talking to you, sweetheart. I think, here's my opinion of the imposter syndrome. I think that when the imposter syndrome stops getting you, then there's a problem. You know what I mean? I've met more than a few people that were very full of themselves, and especially in the spiritual community, I think when you stop feeling the imposter syndrome, that's exactly when you start to lose your gifts. If that makes sense. You like the TikToks on the ghosts? I'll post the ones of the angry email in the office. I filmed all of those, but I'll put them out a little by little because they're a little longer than the ghosts. Oh, I'm sorry, Tabitha. That's hard. Yeah, I have you too, Suzanne, honey. Please keep us posted. We're all invested now in the Suzanne job saga, and we need to know. Well, it's not job saga, the Suzanne interview. So instead of interview with a vampire, it's interview with Suzanne. Yes, the doll's name is Eve. I need to get that up on YouTube for you guys so you can see it. Because yeah, she flat told us it was Eve on the little recorder. It was crazy. He just showed me green. I didn't see anything else. I haven't listened to the recording yet. No, I haven't. I haven't yet. All right, I gotta get back on my list. Otherwise, I'm never gonna get through this. I'm never gonna get through it. I think that's all I had. Okay, yeah. I was getting a little. I was like, uh-oh. I'm like not even halfway through, but I am. Okay. So I was like, oh no, I'm in trouble. Okay, let me fix it because I fucked up my list. Okay, there we go. All right, so Jacqueline, Tabitha, Karina, Abigail, Kirby, and then Katrina. Katrina. Fucking shit. I have Karina and Katrina. Why y'all do that to me? No, Tabitha, you got one before you. Just saying. Why y'all do that to me? All right, Jackie, you're next. There you are. There you are. I mean, it happens a lot. It happens a lot. When I'm in a good mood, it happens even more, and it has sometimes great consequences and sometimes not so great consequences. I'm just saying. Just saying. I will say I've also noticed that there have been several of you that are December babies tonight too. So I think that's very interesting. There have been several of you that are Christmas babies. Or not Christmas, but December babies. Christmas baby. We're just going to say Christmas baby. So if a ghost loses a head, there's just a ghost head laying around somewhere. I mean, yeah. It would have to be. Yes, Stormy, the list is closed for this evening. I will be doing this again in a couple weeks, though. Yeah. Oh, so there are more of you December babies. More of you Scorpio Sagittarius babies. I don't know what I think about that. Well, I guess, no, it would be Sagittarius Capricorn. My sorry. Oh, no, Stormy. Ooh, a Yule baby. Okay, all right. Focus, bitch. Focus, bitch. I just like talking to y'all. All right. Well, happy birthday for today. Happy birthday for today. I love that you guys loved the, I just completely fucked that up. Blah, blah, blah. All right. Oh my God, stop it. Stop it. Okay. I love that y'all love the zodiac things I've been doing. Woohoo! All right, your first name is a 7. Your middle name is a 2. And your last name is a 5. And I caught myself because I pay attention to like patterns. You gotta love the broken brain. And like your first name, it's long. So I almost expected to see a couple of patterns in the numbers there, but there's not. But your middle name is 11414. 11414. But your last name is 2211818. I mean, and I know people are like, okay, that's not really a pattern. It is though. 2211818. So like the in my brain, the next pattern is like 221181812. You know what I mean? Like, I love logic puzzles. Don't listen to me. So your first name is a 5. Yeah. So 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. Yeah. So it's a 5. But yeah, it's just been interesting that a lot of you guys have had like, well, a lot of you guys have had 114 in your name. So I just find that interesting. Okay. I'll do my job. Let me shut up. Oh, no, that's wrong. That's an 8, not a 7. Dumbass. So your name is a 5 and your birthday is an 8, which means overall you're a 4. Girl, that's all over the place. That's all over the place. Oh, okay. It works out well for you. You're a very intense person. Let me tell you why. All right, so let's talk about the number 5. So 5 is the adventurer. In other words, you need freedom. You need change. You need to always be seeing something different. Your idea of hell, like your personal hell, is a cubicle. You cannot handle seeing the same thing day in, day out. Like it's going to drive you insane, not just in the membrane. So you have to have something to look forward to all the time. But what's interesting is 8 is the powerhouse, which is that ambition, the authority, that driving towards material success, very goal driven. But what I love is that both those together equal 4, and 4 is the builder, which is discipline and hard work and stability. So that 4 and that 8 work fantastic together because you have the builder, you have the powerhouse. So you have all of the things you need to build a foundation to hit those goals. And every time you hit a goal, it's just going to give you more like ambition and more, power behind yourself. The only thing that I'm going to say, you need to make sure that you're doing something that allows you to have that versatility, that exploration. So like I was telling Megan, that you need to make sure, if you don't already do this, or you don't already have a job that allows you to have this kind of change and scenery and exploration, you need to once a week be going someplace different. Like you need to once a week be doing. Oh, GM for a hotel. Okay. So you get to move, and you're always on your feet then. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you, Sriracha. I love me some fucking Sriracha. Love it some Sriracha. Hey, I'm really not kind of cool with that. Like, I'm just going to say I kind of took that as you advertising yourself in my chat. I just want you to know. I'm not really super cool with that. Yeah, not really super cool with that. I appreciate y'all wanting to help each other out and stuff, but I really just took that as advertising in my chat, and I'm not really cool with that. Like, I don't do that to anybody else. Just saying. Not cool. No, not you, Sriracha. No. Yes, Dawn, I'm talking to everybody over here was like, wait, what's going on? Yeah, that's not really cool. No, I know, Van. I know. Well, Good on you for wanting to be an elementary school teacher. I think I can teach elementary school, but I think that middle school and high school, absolutely not. I love teaching college level and I love little kids, but yeah, like middle school and high school, I think y'all don't get paid enough. Like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. So I love that your job allows you to move and do things and not be stuck behind a desk, but still you're seeing those same hotels all the time. You're seeing the same faces, the same people. So you need to make sure, you need to make sure that you're doing something, I would say at least once a week, because yeah, at least once a week. Go some brand new place for lunch. Go visit a park you've never been to. Take a drive down take a drive in a neighborhood you've never been to. Like, it doesn't have to be expensive. You know what I mean? Oh, I love that. I love that. I hope you get it. I hope you get it. Congratulations. We're just going to preemptively say congratulations because, yeah. But as long as you can scratch that itch with that exploration and that adventurer, you'll be fine. But dude, that's a pretty good combination. That number 4 and that number 8 together, the builder and the powerhouse, like, you have all the drive to get stuff done and the want to get stuff done. You have all of the knowledge to make your list, a practical list of goals. And then you have that push, like, let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. And I absolutely love that. I think that's fantastic. I don't think that anything would keep you down, even if you let it keep you down. I think that you would be like, yeah, I'm just kidding, I'm done. I think you'd be all right for like a day. So I'll bet when you get sick, you're that person, like, you can't stand to stay in bed. Like, they have to tell you repeatedly to get back in bed. Am I right? I mean, that is 100% the pot calling the kettle black. So I can't say anything. Yes. Yeah. I am the same way. Would I rather have a zombie apocalypse or aliens take over the earth? I don't know. That's a hard one. Because if you really think about it, thank you, Kim. If you really think about it, we're going to ask TikTok because there's like 100 and something people on TikTok. What do you guys think? Zombies or aliens? Because here's the thing, like, the aliens could be awesome. Or they could be fighting an alien war. So there's that. I think with the zombies, I would be more worried about the humans. Like, I feel like The Walking Dead has it right. Like, you should be more scared of the fucking humans than you should the zombies. I think with the zombie apocalypse, like, I ain't gonna be here very long. And I think with the aliens, if it involves a lot of running, I ain't gonna be here very long. Being a diabetic, I already know, like, my sugar is gonna crash when I'm running, and I'm just gonna sacrifice myself to save whoever. I'm just saying. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with aliens. Dude, that's a good question. That's a good question, okay? I think I'm gonna go with aliens. Unless they're fighting a war here and then zombies. It depends on the circumstances. Can I choose the circumstances? Yeah, I would have to have a lot of sugar on me constantly to be able to survive that. But with aliens, I have the possibility of becoming a cyborg, and I'm all about that. Yeah, either way, we're screwed. Either way, we're screwed, but that's a fantastic question. Like, it really makes you think philosophically, like, which one, philosophically, physically, mentally, which one would you rather have? Your knees wouldn't be able to run. I love the differences of what y'all would rather have. Aliens would allow your research side to shine. I'd be okay with aliens unless they were like fighting a war with other aliens here. If they're doing that, then that ruins my chances to be a cyborg. because between the diabetes and the epilepsy, you know, I like my head. I like my head and my tattoo work. So yeah. Yeah, I would like to think that too. Maybe the aliens would have the cure for everything. That would be awesome. But then I can see them also having to fight like some war. Karina said, if the aliens don't leave us here on Earth, I vote aliens. We are kind of in the ghetto. And not the ghetto you want to find yourself in. Yeah, we're kind of in the ghetto. That's such a good question. Tabitha is next. That's a good question. That's why I had to read it out loud. I'm like, that's a good question. I just want to be a cyborg. Like, that's what I've decided. I want to be a cyborg. Yeah. Yeah, I want to be a cyborg. I'm even okay with being a Borg. Like, you know, from Star Trek. I'm even okay with that at this point. This meat sack, though, that I've got is just faulty. It's just fucking faulty. Yeah, like Nebula off Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down. I kind of want to keep my tattoo work. Like, I really like it. I like it. Yeah, 7 of 9. I would be down with that, too. I'd be down with that, too. I just, yeah. I'm kind of tired of things breaking on this one. This one's a lemon, and I'm out of my warranty. Can't even take this bitch back. Stuck with it. Still making payments. Come on, that's funny. Y'all know that's funny. Every single one of y'all agreed with me. I don't care how old you are. You agreed with me. Didn't you? Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to blame the Bionic Man. I watched that when I was younger. I'm going to blame Buck Rogers, Star Trek, and was it the $1 Million Man? I'm going to blame those shows when I was younger. I mean, I like my original order. I like that. But, like, I'm still paying on this bitch, and it's got a lot of problems. It's got a lot of problems. All right. Focus, bitch, focus. Okay. Tabitha. I do like that you have a lot of A's that I can just go ahead and get those out of the way there. I know y'all are talking amongst yourselves about which ones you'd rather have, and I think it's fantastic. You have 114 in your last name and your middle name too, Tabitha. That's craziness. All right. Where my calculator is. So your first name is a 7. That's funny. Your middle name is 113 114. That's funny. So your first name and your middle name are a 7. Okay. Can we go 3 for 3? Nope, 9. So your first name is 5. Well, your name is a 5, not your first name. And then your birthday is a 3, which is 8 overall. Okay. So actually, what you do for a living, the photography, when I'm going to read these to you and you're going to laugh your ass off. Okay. You're going to laugh your ass off. So your name itself is a 5. 5 is the adventurer. In other words, energy, adventure, change, dynamics, versatility, exploration. You need new experiences and freedom, and you need a diverse environment. You love exploration and adaptability. And then 3 is the communicator. And 3 is all about social engagement and creativity and artistic endeavors, optimism, being fun, enthusiastic. I've met Tabitha, so this is really funny to me. I think it's really funny. I wish Brett was here. Brett would be cracking up laughing too. And then 8 is the powerhouse. So ambition, material success, resilience, wealth, influence, power, goal-driven. So as long as you, oh, that makes me feel so special, sweetie. Sweetie said, Bodhi is my comfort creator. I can always count on you being here. Yes, you can. Thank you. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. Sometimes I need to hear things like that. I appreciate it. That made my whole day. That and the earring in the jacket made my whole day. So as long as you have your goals where you can see them, a whiteboard, a piece of paper by your door, notes on your mirror, whatever it is you need to do, you need to have your goals, what you're working for, in front of you all the time. Because when you have that, I'm pointing over there because my notes are over there. When you have your goals in front of you all the time, that 5, that adventurer and that communicator, that social aspect with what you're doing, I love it. I love it. So you just need to have your goals in front of you all the time. The number 8 is like the glue that holds the 5 and the 3 together. Does that make sense? I know 5 and 3 make 8, but that is the overall theme. So as long as you have those goals in front of you, see them all the time. So one thing I do when I have a goal that I'm really hardcore working towards, so I will say this, like right now on my 2025 goals, I have 10 goals up there, and I've already hit one of them. 2 of them. I've already hit 2 of them. But one of them is a huge goal. Like it's going to take me the majority of the year to accomplish this goal, right? And I've already been working on it a little bit last year. I'm gonna give you guys a Capricorn trick for making yourself work harder. You ready? I always have goals on my list, and I don't put them in a specific order, okay? I don't do order from like hardest to easiest. I sprinkle the easiest ones in. So the hardest one's always at the top. I'm not gonna lie, that's always at the top. It's always number 1. The one that's gonna take me the most time, energy, money, whatever it is, that one's always at the top, right? But I always sprinkle in some goals that I'm already just about to hit. Like I will add something to my list that I'm just about to hit. So like relaunching the Coven, that was one. The Coven's been relaunched. I have another one, launching that social media reality show. Launched it. I already knew I was about to launch both of those, but I put them on there anyway. So then I can be like, boop. Because when I look up there and I'm like, bitch, you've already hit 2 goals. Like, yeah, that gives you motivation. That gives you motivation. When you see that you're already hitting goals, I'm just saying, when you see you're already hitting goals, yeah. So cheat. Cheat. I'm just saying. I mean, maybe not just get out of bed, but like, let's say you already know that you're moving next month. Okay. You already know that you're moving next month. You've already put in your notice at your old place. You've already got everything ready to go at the new place. You've got the U-Haul or the movers or whatever. You already have it planned. That goes on your goal board. Move and get settled into the new place. That goes on your goal list. You already know it's going to happen. You already know it's going to happen. So if you already have that on there and you have all these other goals on there too, and then boop, I moved, you can check that off. And then when you get that last box unpacked, boop, you see what I'm saying? I'm just saying what I'm saying. If you already know that you're going to graduate in 2 months from high school or college, or you're already going to finish your semester in 2 months, put that on there. Finish this semester. Boop. Do you see what I'm saying? You already know you're going to do the thing. It gives you more motivation to do the other things. I promise. I promise. I promise. I promise. I promise. So, I'm just saying. It's just a little brain trick. But it works. 100% works. All right. Karina, not Katrina, Karina. Sometimes I do check them off with the boops. I'm not gonna lie. I usually go like, I make a big flourish when I do it. I'm a overperformer, I guess. I don't know. What the fuck? I just went 8, 9, 10, 9. All right, Karina. You know what? Because I see you have a question there about your last name. Let's look. Let's look. How about that? Let's look. Okay? I don't mind looking. Yeah, after I got divorced, I got mad because my attorney, I didn't want to change my last name back because I've had that last name for like, well, at that time, almost 20 years. And it's hard. I'm like, I don't want to change my last name back, you know, because that's all my credit cards, all my bank accounts, that like everything has that last name on it, right? So I was like, I don't want to do that, but it's in my divorce decree that I'm supposed to. And I even got mad at my attorney. I was like, I didn't ask for that. And he was like, well, it's in there. So here's what he told me was that it's in there. So if I do go to change my name back, I kind of have automatic, like, here you go. And then, so with some of the things that are trying to be passed, if that actually passes, I 100% will go down and change my last name back. 100%. Just saying. And it'll be weird, but it'll be all right. All right, so let's look here. You have 114 in your name too. Just saying. Yeah, I'll do this again in 2 weeks. Yeah, I'll do this again in 2 weeks. I'll get it up where you guys can grab your spot, but I'll also be back home and I won't be leaving again the next day, so it'll be easier for me to do for me to do this. So your first name is a 9. Thank you guys for all the gifts and the goodies. I appreciate it so much. Your middle name is a 3. Just got a hot flash. Hot flashes are dumb. And your last name that starts with the S is a 1. So let's see what your current last name is. Oh, bitch. Put it in the wrong fucking thing. I'm like, why is my calculator not working? Because you're not smart tonight, dumbass. Your current last name is a 5. So right now, well, your maiden name is a 4. And your W name makes it an 8. So no, don't change it. Don't change it. Leave it web. Here's why. Not that the 4 is bad. 4 is the builder, like hard work, stability, structure, etc. But 8 is the powerhouse. 8 is the powerhouse. Ambition, authority, success, resilience, influence, power. Don't change it. Don't change it. Yeah, I wouldn't change it. My personal advice, I wouldn't change it. I would rather have the 8. You know what I mean? I would rather have the 8. Not that the 4 is bad. The 4 is just as good. The builder is just as good. But yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. All right, let's see what your birthday is. Oh, let me put it in the right place. I don't know where I just typed 5 at. Oh, well, it's all right. Oh my God, shit. What the fuck? Okay. Brain not braining. So your birthday is a 1. So I would 100% keep that 8. Yeah, I would 100% keep that 8. But here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read for you with the 4, but keep that 8 in mind. Okay? Keep that 8 in mind. You have snow? You better keep that over there. Better keep that over there. So I'm going to start with your birthday because I'm partial to the number 1s because that's what I am. Hang on, let's do this. So your maiden name is like your overall number is a 5. and Web is a 9. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to read them all to you, and then that way you can decide, that way you can make your decision. Okay. So 1, which is your birthday life path is a 1. That is the leader. So very independent, very self-reliant, very ambitious. You love new beginnings. You love being the leader. You are like the pioneer, the innovator, somebody that's not afraid to take risks. Like, you get called too assertive, you get called intimidating, etc. You have to carve your own path. You are not about to follow someone else's path. So if you for 1 second think that you're following someone else's path, you're like, oh no. And then you're going to like go off-road over here and make your own path. Like, the beauty of the number 1 is that. So what I love is your maiden last name is a number 1. So that does coincide with your birthday really well. But so your maiden name, your birth name is a 4 overall. 4 is the builder. So the thing with that is, like, the builder and the number 1 work super well together, but so do the number 8 and the number 1. So the number 4 is the builder. So that hard work, that drive, the ambition, the practicality, like always having a list. The thing about the builder is that this always is going to make sure you have the good foundations. So because think about it, when you have someone that's a builder, they're a structural engineer, their whole job is to make sure that the base of the building itself is strong enough to hold everything else up. So those two work extremely well together. The thing I don't like about those two together is that equals a 5. Now, the 5 and the 1 work really well together because the 5 is the adventurer. So change and exploration and energy and dynamics and adventure, and you know what I mean? So it brings all of the passion that the number 1 needs to keep going. So those technically all work really well together. So let's talk about the 8. Because like I said, the 8 is the powerhouse, and that is the ambition and the material success and the wealth and the influence and so on. I love that with the 1, but what I don't care for is that makes it a 9. 9. Now, for those of you guys that are a 9, please don't take this wrong. I'm a 1. My birthday's a 1. Like, I'm a 1 all over the place. So 9 is the humanitarian. And so I like it. I don't like it. You could use the 1 and the 8 to change the world. So, I mean, it does have its good. Don't think it doesn't. But the 9 is, and that's what you are right now with Webb as the last name. That's what you are right now. So you're very idealistic. You strive for a better world. You target your energy towards something like social issues, social justice, making the world a better world. Word. You know what I'm saying? Making the world better. There we go. So both of them have their good and their bad. So that's why I was like, let me just give you both, because that's a personal choice. That's a personal choice. They both have their good and they both have their bad. I don't see either one of them, either way you go, I don't see them like conflicting hardcore. You're just going to have to kind of like, you're just going to have to shift what you're focusing on, if that makes sense. Yeah. Exactly. So it's up to you. I think either one of them are great combinations. Did that help? Or did that make it worse? You said you were already thinking about changing it. Did that make it worse? I'm sorry if it did. I'm sorry. It doesn't help. Here's what I'm going to say. You've been Web for a long time. All your stuff is that. And that being an 8, with you having your birthday as a 1, those two work fantastic together. And it just depends how strongly you feel about social justice issues and social issues right now. If you're really wanting to continue working on that, or if you want to go back and work on the foundation of something. Do you see what I mean? And the other thing you need to remember too, the 5, that name being an overall being a 4 with the foundation, you already have that. You already have that. Like, it's still a part of you. That was your name on your birth certificate. So that's already a part of you. You do have that builder aspect in there. So you can pull that up. So what I would say is this, for the times that you really need to, okay, this is all of you, ready? So for the times that you really need to pull up your, like your maiden last name, your birth name, whatever, you need that number, that numerology. If you're doing a working, then you use that name. Use that name, use that number. Does that make sense? So like, let's say you're doing a working that is going to help you build the foundation on a project that you're working on. This is why this is important. You're building, you're having to come up with this project. And you need to make sure that you put the right people in the right places. You have the right research. You know what I mean? You have to have all the pillars to make this project solid. So even though with the W last name, it's an 8, and that's a powerhouse. When you're putting the foundations in place, you want to use that maiden name and use that number 4. Numerology is a big, big thing, y'all. And I'm going to tell you, Miss Abigail, you're next. I'm going to tell you this, like, whenever I started really looking at numerology, and how it affected me. Ooh, let me make sure I didn't lose your eye there. And how it affected me. I looked at my maiden name, I looked at my married name, and they both like conflicted with each other like crazy. I was like, what the fuck? Like with my birthday, they conflicted with each other. And so I was like, oh, that's why I couldn't get my shit together. But Bodhi lines up with my birthday. Like, it lines up with that number perfect. So you can, but still there are times I'm like, all right, bitch, you're being too hard. You're being too hardcore. You know what I mean? Like, you're being too hard on shit. So there are times I use the numerology from my birth name or from the name on my birth certificate. Do you see what I mean? Yeah. It would work the exact same way. It would work the exact same way. Yeah, Firehouse, the exact same way. So let me explain this. I have had 4 last names in my life. I was born with 1, and I was adopted when I was 7. So I got a second one, because when you get adopted, you get if you want to change your name, you get a new name. And so I got a different last name. So the name on my birth certificate is different. Then I've been married, then I got divorced, then I got married again. So I've had 4 last names. Yeah, so I've had 4 last names. So there are times when I use the numerology from my, sir, your name doesn't align with my goals. I mean, I have not dated people because of the numerology of their name. I'm not gonna lie. I'm that person. When you guys, you know what? I think the first class next week needs to be on the basics of numerology. I really, really do. Because it's been coming up so much, and it's been a big thing for so long. And I'm catching myself teaching my manager about it. Like, and all these people, you guys do not know how deep numbers affect you. If y'all love sacred geometry, any sacred geometry at all, then you already like numerology. Sacred geometry is based on numerology. Astrology and numerology go hand in hand. But numbers govern every single thing we do. And here's what I want you to do. Over the next couple of days, over this weekend, I want you to pay attention to how many times do you brush your teeth a day? How many times do you scratch your face a day? How many times do you talk to your boss a day? I just want you to look at different numbers. I want you to, you know what I mean? Like overall things. It's just my broken brain. It's so weird. And some of this is from band. If I start off on my left foot, say I'm walking from my car to the house. If I start off on my left foot, I have to end on my right foot. That's an even number, right? So if I end on my left foot, I take one extra step. I'm hoping that makes sense without sounding crazy. I am that fucking weirdo that every single thing I do is governed by numerology. So like my manager this weekend was asking how much I needed. Well, not this weekend, but a couple weeks ago, was asking about tickets for the workshops that I'm doing this weekend. And her web designer put them at like $25 or something. And I was like, no, absolutely not. They have to be $22.22. And she was like, I can't with you, and like laughing. I'm like, no. There's a specific numerology behind the number 2 and behind the number 8. Because think about it. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 2 plus 2 equals 4. 4 plus 4 equals 8. And what did I tell you the 8 was? The powerhouse. Do you see what I'm saying? So when you guys see the prices of my tickets for stuff, it's for a reason. It's for a reason. Like 33. 3 plus 3 equals 6. 3 plus 3 equals 6. 6 plus 6 equals 12. And 12 equals 3. Every single thing you do, down to the breaths you take every single day, have something to do with numerology. Just saying. So our first class next week is going to be numerology. It's going to be numerology. Just saying. All right, let me do Miss Abigail's. Because I have got to get to bed because it's 11 o'clock. Wait, how many more? I have 2 more after Abigail. Hang on. Let me go back here. Who am I waiting on? Kirby and Katrina. So let me ask you guys this, because I did a lot of this. Would you guys like me to refund you guys? Abigail said she'd watch tomorrow. You got it, Sadie. I'm going to do hers. Kirby and Katrina, would you like me to just refund you, or do you want to be next on my list when I do this again? It'll be 2 weeks from today. So you guys tell me what you would like to do, because I didn't realize I've been talking so goddamn much. Sorry. I need to start my reads earlier in the night. Is what it is. It just is what it is. Next time is good for you, Kirby? Okay. Well, you'll be first on my list next time, because you're next. So you'll be first on my list, Kirby. I'm glad, Tabitha, because sometimes I'm like, bitch, you talk too much. But y'all remember when I told you that I was that kid that I wanted to be a teacher when I was younger? Just saying. All right. Let me do Abigail's, since she's all nice and snuggled in her bedtime. And I will shoot a message, or have my girls help me shoot a message tomorrow, so that way I can't even see my own writing sometimes. You know what, Dana? That came up today. I was talking to my ex-husband. I had to help him with something today. well, I helped him with something and then he helped me load the car. But we were talking about accents. And because I had somebody the other day find out that I was from Oklahoma before, like it was, okay, long story short. I was watching a smaller creator and they asked where I was from before they looked at like my profile or anything. They asked where I was from and I said Oklahoma, and they're from Scotland, and they said, oh, I bet you've got a great accent. And I'm like, I don't though. I think my accent is very washed out because I grew up in Colorado. I didn't grow up in Oklahoma. I think if I had grown up in Oklahoma, yeah, I would have one. Can I slip into the Oklahoman accent? Very well I can, but I don't like to because it makes my jaw hurt. But I hate my voice. I hate my voice. What we sound like in our head when we're talking is nothing like what we sound like on tape. So when I'm editing a video, I'm like, shut up, bitch. Like I have to turn my sound all the way down unless I'm making sure that the captions are correct. And then I'm like, ugh, I hate to hear my own voice. And so I was telling him that today because I don't hear his accent. Like, but I've also known him for 20 years, so I don't hear his accent. I do sometimes when he gets really tired, you know? So it's just weird. But I told him that I was like, there's people that are like, I could listen to you talk forever. Why? Why? I hate it. Hate my voice. But I know all of you guys are like that. Like all of you guys are like that. Everybody hates their own voice. You know? I'm so glad. Indica said, we love that you talk and go off on a tangent. It's fabulous. That's a good question. Is what we sound like on tape our true voice? I don't know. I mean, I would think so, but it's so weird that our voice in our head sounds so much different. But I know, like, if you plug your ears like this, like push your little, that thing in, that's different than, like, it sounds more like what you sound like in your head, but it doesn't really sound like what you sound like on tape. So I don't know. I don't know. All right. Let me add Miss Abigail's. Now my ear itches because I fucked him up. Now my ear itches. Your voice is so bad you get ma'am on the phone. Stop it. That's funny. You feel like you sound like a child on tape? I could see that. There's sometimes I'm like, oh, I just fucking hate to hear my own voice. I really do. Miss Abigail, I'm sorry that I'm taking forever on yours. So your first name is Abigail is a 5. And your middle name is a 1. I already knew that because somebody else had your middle name earlier. I already knew that. And your last name is a 2. So your name is an 8. All right, let's see what your birthday is. Your birthday is a 7. Okay. So overall, that equals a 6. All right. I feel like, there we go. So 8 is the powerhouse, 7 is the seeker, and 6 is the caregiver. It's funny, like seeing it that way. It tells me that you're a generator. You're an energy generator. Like your name is an 8, so you're a powerhouse in that aspect with ambition and resilience and personal power. If you lean on that number 8, then you're going to be really successful. but the 7 holds you back because the 7 is introspection. So you get to going forward with the 8, and then you're like, oh, too many people, and then you back up. You know what I mean? So the birthday is kind of in conflict with the name a little bit. And then the number 6 is the caregiver. So that's like family and loyalty and love and prioritizing other people over yourself. And I find it interesting that it's like 8, 7, 6. So if you can make yourself focus on this powerhouse aspect, then you're always going to be successful. That is going to go against the 7 and the 6. Just so you know, it's going to go against them. Okay. I'm going to give you a cheat. Because what I was looking at real quick was the 8 is a wonderful, amazing thing. Lean on that. But you get caught up in the caretaker aspect, and you get caught up in that introspection aspect. But if you add the 7 and the 6 together, that actually makes 13, which makes a 4, and 4 is the builder, the foundation. So if you utilize your birthday and then the overall number, that 6 together, so that introspection, that wisdom, that spirituality, that philosophy, if you utilize that and you add it to prioritizing the well-being of everyone, yourself included, and use that as a base for that number 8, there you go. There you go. That will keep that 7 and that 6 from working against each other. That will 100% keep that from working against each other. I'm just saying. So, because here's the thing. It's funny. When I was reading this, I was like, I feel like you need an answer. I feel like you're stuck. I feel like you don't know why you do the things that you do. So that's why I was like, here's how you handle that. So what I'm going to recommend, this is what's going to make that birth date, that number 7, happy. And that is when you are relaxing, when you're driving in the car. I am that nerd that I listen to documentaries and shit while I'm in the shower, in the bath. Have something like that that's philosophical, that adds wisdom. Whatever it is, a documentary or a how-to video or whatever you love, I guarantee you can find it on YouTube at this point. But do that. So not only will that help that birth date number, it'll also give you a lot of truth that caregiver needs. So that caregiver needs to have truth because they're really dependable and responsible when it comes to taking care of other people. So if you have that knowledge already up there and the philosophical aspects of how to help other people while still taking care of yourself, that is what will make those two come together as a number 4. And that number 4 will support that number 8, your name. And there you go. Hope you followed me down that rabbit hole. I was like, God, bitch, you just sounded crazy. You just sounded crazy. Okay, it's all right, though. So, our first class next week, I'll get it set up next week. Our first class is going to be on numerology, on how to utilize numerology in your life, because I think it's something that y'all all need to know. So, yeah. So, with that, YouTube, I'm going to let you guys go over there for the evening. Thank you guys for joining me. I love you over there.